Hi and welcome back to Biology Circuit. In this video, I will talk about the actin-myosin contraction in muscle cells. In my last video, I have discussed the cytokinesis, an example of actin-myosin contraction in non-muscle cells. Here, I will discuss the detailed molecular mechanism of actin-myosin contraction in muscle cells. So, let's see in the PowerPoint. So, this is the structure of sarcomere, the contractile unit of muscle. Okay, so first see the structure of muscle cell. Each muscle is composed of bundle of muscle fiber, and this muscle fiber in turn composed of many myofibril. And what is myofibril? Myofibril is composed of a bundle of actin and myosin filament. Okay, these are the contractile unit of muscle. Organized chain of actin and myosin made this sarcomere, and this sarcomere is the contractile unit of muscle, and this sarcomere is bordered by this jet disc. And this sarcomere has two types of band, one is dark band and one is light band. See the details of the structure of sarcomere. Here, see, this is the light band or I band, and this is the A band or dark band. Why it is light band? Because this light band or I band is composed of thin filaments or actin, whereas this dark band or A band is composed of thick filament or myosin. Clear? And in the periphery of this dark band, both actin and myosin overlap. See, in the center only myosin. This is myosin, and this single line represent actin. This represent myosin and the single line represent actin. So in the center region of A band or dark band, only myosin present. But the periphery region, myosin and actin both are present, overlap with each other. So, this is the center of this A band or dark band called H zone. These are very important terminology. What is H zone? What is A band? What is I band? Okay, and this is the middle of the sarcomere, M line. The middle of the sarcomere represent by M line, and this jet disc border the sarcomere unit of muscle contraction. So let's see how muscle contraction occur. So this is the sliding filament model of muscle contraction. Why muscle contracts? Because myofibril contracts and shortens. How this occur? This actin filament slide deeper into the I band. This is actin filament which during contraction slide deeper into the A band. So this is the sliding filament model of muscle contraction. How muscle contracts? Because myofibril contracts and shorten. Why this occur? The actin filament or the thin filament slide deeper into the A band or dark band. This region is A band and this region is I band. See, this is the thin filament or actin which slide deeper into the A band during contraction. So, during contraction, this H zone almost disappear. At the end of contraction, the maximum contraction, this H zone disappear. During contraction, it becomes narrower, and at the maximum contraction, this H zone disappear. And also this I band also become narrower and almost disappear during the maximum contraction. And this jet line brought close together. So after muscle contraction, main three changes. One, this jet line come close together, this I band almost disappear, and this H zone almost disappear during the maximum contraction. See, I band, A band, both you can see. This is I band, A band, and after contraction only A band, because this I band almost disappear. Okay, so now come to the molecular basis of muscle contraction. This globular head of myosin binds to the actin, forming a cross bridge between the thick filament and thin filament. See, this is the thick filament or myosin, the structure of myosin 2. This is the globular head region. Myosin 2 is composed of two heavy chain. This is a heavy chain, this is a heavy chain, two heavy chain and two pair of light chain. This yellow is the essential light chain and this green one is the regulatory light chain. Two pair of light chain. That is total 4 light chain and 2 heavy chain. And this heavy chain, this is the globular head region and this is the alpha helical tail. Very important structure. And this is actin. This is actin, and see how this cross bridge form. This globular head region of myosin binds actin, and this form the cross bridge. Okay, so you can see another two protein, titin and nibulin. What is titin? Titin extend from this jet disc to the M line. What is the role of titin? Titin also have a role in muscle contraction. Okay, it's a very big protein. It acts as a spring, and it acts as a spring during muscle contraction. And this is nibulin, and nibulin extend from the jet disc. Nibulin extend, this blue one is the nibulin extend from the jet disc, and this stabilize the actin structure, actin filament. So actin filament is stabilized by this nibulin, and this titin acts as a spring during muscle contraction. Okay, and this is the cross bridge formation during muscle contraction. The head of the globular head of this myosin 2 binds with the actin, and that's how this cross bridge form. Okay, so this is the cross bridge cycle in muscle contraction. It's very important. See, start from here. Okay, first the hydrolysis of ATP by myosin causes the conformational change. This heads, the globular head region moves into energized state. Okay, the hydrolysis of ATP change the conformation of this myosin head. Here, see, here ATP and PI already in a bound state to the myosin head, and so it can bind to the actin. ADP and PI in a bound state with myosin head, and it allow the binding to the actin. After that, this is the cross bridge structure. Okay, then power stroke. What happened during power stroke? Myosin returned to the original conformation. As it's release this ADP and PI, it returns to the original conformation. This is original conformation, and this is the conformation. This is energized conformation where myosin binds to the actin. So by releasing this ADP and PI, it returns to the original conformation after power stroke. Okay. After that, again ATP binds to the myosin head. and breaking this cross bridge. And ATP hydrolysis return the myosin head to the energized conformation again, and this cycle begin. So this is the cross bridge cycle of muscle contraction. First ATP hydrolysis occur, and the move of this move the head region, globular head region of myosin moves to the energized state. It can bind actin, cross bridge form, then power stroke. After the power stroke, ADP and PI release, and it again move to the original conformation. Then again ATP binds to this myosin head, breaking this cross bridge, and the hydrolysis of ATP again energize this myosin head to the active conformation cross bridge form. Okay. Next, the association of tropomyosin and troponin with actin filament. We need to understand this detailed molecular mechanism because the role of calcium in muscle contraction. Okay, in skeletal muscle, contraction is triggered by nerve impulse, which is stimulated by the release of calcium from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. And what is sarcoplasmic reticulum? It is the endoplasmic reticulum of sarcomere. In normal cell, we have endoplasmic reticulum. In sarcomere or the muscle cell, we have sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is storage of calcium ion. Okay, and once it gets the nerve impulse, this sarcoplasmic reticulum release the calcium into the cytosol, and in cytosol, and once the concentration of calcium increase in the cytoplasm, it signals the muscle contraction by the action of filament binding protein tropomyosin and troponin. So as the sarcoplasmic reticulum release the calcium after getting the nerve impulse, the concentration of calcium increase in the cytoplasm, and this calcium concentration, this high calcium concentration signals the muscle contraction by binding of this tropomyosin and troponin with actin filament. Okay, and this tropomyosin binds to lengthwise in the actin filament, and it also forms a complex with troponin. This is tropomyosin, this brown filament is tropomyosin, and these are the complex of troponin. There are this troponin complex, 3 types of troponin: troponin 1, troponin I, troponin C, troponin T. 3 types of troponins are there. Okay, in the absence of calcium, this tropomyosin and troponin complex blocks the binding of myosin to actin, and this binding of calcium to this troponin C, this binding of calcium to this troponin C shifts the complex, and it gives the place where this myosin head can bind to the actin. See here, in the absence of calcium, this tropomyosin troponin complex blocks the binding of myosin, blocks the region where myosin can bind. But as calcium concentration increase in the sarcoplasm, they shift the conformation, and myosin head can bind to the actin. This tropomyosin shifts from its position. This is the earlier position after binding of calcium. shifts its position at myosin head binds to the actin. Okay, so this is the mechanism how calcium concentration helps in muscle contraction. You can take screenshot for understanding. This is start from here once again. This is the unit of muscle contraction, sarcomere, the structure of sarcomere. The dark band and light band overlap during muscle contraction. Okay, and then the structure of myosin 2 is important. That's how this myosin 2 form cross bridges with this actin. That is the basic of muscle contraction. Okay, the formation of this cross bridge between actin and myosin. This myosin gives the motor force, okay, of muscle contraction, and this is the cross bridge cycle of muscle contraction, and this is how actin allow the myosin head to bind with it. That's all about the molecular mechanism of muscle contraction. I hope it will be helpful. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Biology Circuit, share with your friends. Thank you.